Tempt. Romance audiobooks. A safe place to explore your dreams.
1. Storm. Just kill me now. The first Friday of the month. Karaoke night. I'd rather be on my bike, heading south to my hideaway and wreaking havoc on my liver with a bottle of Jack. Battling my demons alone sounded spectacular compared to the shit bleeding through the speakers in the Bullet. I sure as fuck didn't want to listen to songs about love and cheating. Country music was depressing shit. Gimme classic rock and guitar solos any day of the week. Millions of other things were better than watching drunk folks singing and stumbling their way through twangy songs. Most of them were tone deaf. Even more couldn't read the words on the monitor while jacked up, and all of them sucked. Yeah, I was a ray of fucking sunshine. Like most days, what else was new? Tucked away at our corner table, my brothers and I observed the crowd. Naturally, I didn't do menial shit like this. My road captain, Track, convinced me to come out and meet with Lynx. Turning down a request by my treasurer simply wasn't done. Karaoke it was. The reason for the outing? Money. As president of Knights Legion MC, I agreed to come because, well, like I said, money. The Bullet was one of several legitimate businesses the club owned in Bastion Township. We took that shit seriously. Not everything conducted under the club was on the up and up, but most were, like the Bullet. Karaoke brings them in masses. Lynx's hazel eyes darted around the room. He didn't see people, he saw dollar signs. All he ever thought about was ways to increase the club's profits, which was why he was my treasurer. Lynx was a ruthless and determined licensed CPA. He made sure KLMC's coffers overflowed with cash and the numbers checked out. I hate karaoke, I grunted, tossing back a shot of whiskey and welcoming the smooth burn. Too bad the amber liquid didn't deafen the noise, threatening to make my ears bleed. The locals love the outdoorsy vibe in the log building. One could say the wooden floors, plank walls, and stone hearth made it cozy. It wasn't the sort of place I'd hang out, but whatever. The patrons liked it. There was a stage where bands played and drunks sang karaoke in front of a small dance floor. The best part? The big-ass bar where we made all our money. We loved the Minnesotans' hard-earned cash. The Bullet kept the Knights Legion in Bastion Township's good graces, along with our gun shop, auto body garage, tattoo parlor, and gym. The latter two were squeaky clean, like the bar. I was working on making the rest legit.
Shit, admit it. You want to get your ass up there to bet out Crazy Train.
Drac guffawed, banging his chest.
You love Ozzy.
I glared at the fucker. We were friends well before we became prospects and patched in together. The Knights Legion sealed our bond, making us brothers forever. Piss off, I mouthed, giving Track the bird. Lynx tapped the table to get our attention.
Like it or not, karaoke brings in 3 times the green than any other evening. I propose we add another night or 2 or 3.
Lynx held my gaze, Mr. All Business. The Bullet was his baby. He managed the shit out of it with top-of-line bartenders and dependable employees who kept the customers happy. I reclined in my chair and crossed my arms over my chest, sweeping my gaze over the joint. On the stage, the old man singing was downright awful. The inebriated crowd cheered as he coughed his way through some song about a barbecue stain on a dude's shirt. No fucking clue what it was about. It didn't take long to consider Lynx's proposal. I was confident he wouldn't let me down. Add another night. We'll see how it goes. A victorious glint flashed in his eyes.
Hey, Storm, can I get you anything?
Nancy asked, her big eyes locked on me, nearly swallowing me whole. Damn, could she be any more obvious about what she wanted? Like my cock between her legs? Nancy wasn't an awful-looking blonde with dark roots. I just wasn't interested.
Or do anything for you?
She licked her bottom lip as if the gesture would tempt me. Yep, just as I thought. Women didn't get it. Some men couldn't be seduced by offers of sex. Or maybe it was only me. I took what I wanted when I wanted it, and where I wanted it. Such was the life of a motorcycle club's president. Women were eager to please me, and I usually let them. But not tonight. We're good. She leaned in and whispered,
I'm off at 11 if you change your mind.
Noted. I had no intention of taking her up on her offer. The pussy around here never did it for me. I had sampled some, but that was years ago. It all had felt the same, right down to the women looking alike. Blondes with dark roots, heavy eyeliner, and very little clothing to hide their assets. A dime a dozen. Okay for a quick fuck, but no substance, no variation. Substance? Why the fuck did I care about substance? Good, intelligent women didn't stick around. They wanted more than what the club life offered and couldn't handle the danger. Of course, if my dad hadn't screwed every club whore, my mom might have stayed. Lynx clucked his tongue.
If you ain't gonna tap that, I will.
Have at it. Not interested. I took a long pull of my beer. Should have gotten a second shot of Jack instead.
Not interested? What's with you lately?
Track eyed me suspiciously.
I haven't seen you with a kitten in weeks.
More like months, but I would never admit my dick spent more time in my hand than in a pussy. Got shit on my mind. No time for drama. When I turned 30 last fall, I realized my life was half over. I had been fortunate to escape death a few times, but my days were numbered. The Reaper would eventually catch up to my savage ass.
Drama. Our girls know better, Prez. And if they don't, I'll give them a refresher.
Lynx said on a grunt. Lynx was full of shit. A softy when it came to women. I flicked my eyes to Trax and we snorted. Nah, leave it for now. Anyone else complains, I want to hear about it. Lynx nodded, finishing off his beer. Now leave me the hell alone about women. The night of my 30th birthday, I'd stretched out in bed after getting sucked off by Carla, my go-to club kitten, and stared at the ceiling fan. Even now, I couldn't recall which other kittens I'd been with, nor did I care. To me, to all my club brothers, pussy was just pussy, a kitten's or otherwise. Knight's kittens were club whores. Other clubs called them sweet butts. Our kittens were carefully selected and vetted before allowed into our clubhouse. I also made sure they were grade A, disease-free pussy for my brothers. In return for their services, the club gave them protection and support. But shit, I just wasn't interested in any of them these days. Not even Carla, my personal pussycat, did it for me. She was off limits to my brothers. Call me an asshole, but I never liked to share anything, not even club whores. As president, I didn't have to. Some kittens dreamed of becoming my old lady, the king's queen, but it had never happened. They were only there to serve, nothing more, and never in my bed. On their knees in the bathroom? Sure. Up against a wall? Absolutely. Bent over and face down on a table? My favorite position. In my bed? Fuck no. I wouldn't allow the stench of pussy in my room. It was sacred, only for me. Some older members suggested getting an old lady since I didn't like to share. No fucking way. I didn't have the patience to deal with a needy woman. The only thing I cared about was my MC, my brothers, the Knights Legion family. Period. End. A commotion near the stage grabbed my attention. Clapping, whistling, and shouts of "Foxy Lady" had me sitting up in my chair. The last thing we needed was for a bar brawl to break out. Shit like that rarely happened, but the Bullet had seen a few over the years. Lynx was on his feet for a few seconds before getting a thumbs up from Ire, assuring all was well. Ire was a KLMC member and the head bouncer. I relaxed back into my chair, scoping out the joint. My mind was chaotic, as always this time of year. If I pinned Carla down on a table, it might help relieve the pressure building inside me. I'd fought this feeling of wanting more for over a decade. But when June arrived each year, it reminded me how women didn't stick around. Reminded me of my own past sins. Strangely, it was worse this year, and I didn't know why. Maybe a quick hookup was just what I needed. I felt a little backed up, even though I jerked off my morning wood each day. My own hand was no substitute for a warm pussy. Yeah, I'd do just that before I left town tomorrow. No question. Carla would be thrilled. She was always complaining about how she missed me. It had been months since I let her blow me. Tonight, I needed a release, and Carla would be happy to do the honors.
Madeline. Honey, you'll be great. Kim nudged me toward the stage. How in the hell did my friends convince me to sing karaoke? Great, Tara snorted, rolling her eyes more than a little tipsy. Or maybe not. Out of our teacher group, she was the wildest of the bunch, even before 3 screwdrivers. I could never tell if it was the drinks or just her personality. She'll be fan-freaking-tastic. Now get your sweet ass up there and belt it out like I know you can. Catcalls came left and right. When I heard "Foxy Lady," my stomach roiled. No thanks. Everyone here is drunk. It's not like they'd appreciate my singing. Besides, I haven't been on stage for a long time. You're not singing for them, you're singing for us. Kim dragged me by the hand the last few steps. School is out for the summer. Kick it off with a song. Now go shake your pretty little behind and stop being a baby. I glared at her. Baby always struck a nerve. It was my brother's favorite thing to call me when we were young. I pursed my lips together, mustering all my courage. No baby here, not by a long shot. Fine. Kim and Tara squealed, clapping as I made my way to center stage. Tara had told the DJ I'd be singing Before He Cheats by my girl Carrie Underwood. I could sing her songs all night long, but this one had special meaning. Never gonna be a fool again. I glanced over my shoulder, giving the DJ a slight nod. A deep breath held in my lungs. I can do this. The music started, men whistled, and the crowd roared. Stupid drunks. For all anyone knew, I sucked balls. Luckily for them, I didn't. I was damn good. There weren't many things I was confident about, but my ability to sing was one. I can do this. Get into the zone and let the people blur into nothingness. I'll be fine.
You can listen to the rest of the book in the Tempt Romance audiobooks app, available on the App Store and Google Play. The link to the book is in the description. Discover even more bestsellers and exclusive stories updated weekly, only in Tempt Romance audiobooks.